Hey guys, what's a marketer's favorite drink?
I don't know, Kay. What is it?
Brandy! My name is Kay.
My name's Miranda.
I'm Caitlin. I'm Jessie.
And back here, I'm Bella Wolfson.
And we're about to do our Rejuvenation strategy project on Macy's. Today we're going to be going through our introduction, our market overview, our organizational growth strategy, brand image, marketing campaign, and our summary changes. Macy's was founded in 1858. It's a historical department store in America, selling mid-price items. Recently, we've been seeing that Macy's has been closing stores and cutting jobs, and that some of its stock has lost its value. But the good news is that the popularity of online shopping is increasing. There's rising incomes and consumer spending in the U.S., and we're seeing a trend towards stores shifting into smaller formats and increased luxury items. Next, Miranda is going to talk about our market overview.
Thanks, Kay. So I want to start out by sharing the current market share. Right now, Target actually holds the most at 41.8%, which was surprising to us because traditionally people don't think of Target as a department store. Macy's does come in second at 14.2%. And then we have JCPenney's, Sears, and Nordstrom's bringing up the end. So now we'll talk about kind of the target and positioning of each of the competitors and Macy's. So we'll start with Macy's. Their target demographic is 45 to 65-year-old women, although they do have products for every part of the family, including like home store items. As far as their competitive advantage, we struggled to really find one. Other than that, they market themselves as America's department store, but there's nothing really in their strategy or their product offerings that support that right now. Target targets a wide demographic of people, men and women, 20 to 60 years old. They're known for everyday low prices. Like I said, they don't seem to be a regular department store, but they are categorized as one. JCPenney's really targets families. This is probably the closest one or closest competitor to Macy's. And they really focus on private label brands. It brings in higher margins for them, and Ibis World said that they'll be focusing on private labels more so in the future. Nordstrom's is one of the competitors that focuses on a younger demographic. They have this younger demographic of people who are high-end shoppers because they do focus more on luxury items rather than reasonably priced products. Part of this we think is because of their non-conventional store formats. They do have Nordstrom Rack stores, which are discount stores, which isn't unusual in the department store industry, but they also are trying out stores that don't have any inventory, so customers can just go in to try on sizes to purchase online. They also are doing experiments with companies and startups like Trunk Club so that you can have an online stylist and do all of your shopping online. Last but not least, Sears. They're kind of fading out of the picture, but they have 30 to 60-year-old women who are bargain shoppers. Unlike the others, they don't have any luxury goods. They're really just focused on affordable items, so they're not trying to be the most trendy. We identified 3 major problems, which is why Macy's isn't succeeding right now. The first being competition. There's a lot of competitors on the market, more than what I mentioned, and they seem to have a competitive advantage, whether it be the private label or non-conventional store formats. Macy's just being America's department store really isn't enough for them to succeed right now. The second is the rise of e-commerce. While it is good that it's bringing some additional revenue streams online, it's not enough to make up for people not coming into the stores and having that traffic that department stores thrive on. So that's a big issue for Macy's right now. And also consumer expectations. People across the board are starting to care more about corporate social responsibility, things like sustainability, diversity, and inclusion, and they're really able to see through when companies are actually doing initiatives versus just putting them on their website, which we see right now that Macy's is kind of just having them listed in their values, but what they're doing really isn't reflecting what they say that they stand for. So now I'm going to pass it out to Jessie, who will talk about our growth strategy. There's 3 points to it, and they each correspond with the major problems that I just addressed.
Thank you, Miranda. Highlighting on the competition aspect, Macy's should really be focusing on creating its own competitive advantage. Its products are known for providing a great range of affordable to luxury goods as well, so really highlighting on the providing a luxury experience at an affordable price could prove to be extremely beneficial for the store. It's going to be done by incorporating coffee and wine bars, kind of really increasing and highlighting that fun in-store experience, and having like tailors and stylists on different floors and different departments would be extremely beneficial for the consumers, as they'll be getting that personalized and tailored experience for when they're shopping in store. And really emphasize that there will be help on each floor and each department of the store as well. And additionally, to create a competitive advantage, Macy's was known to be America's department store, and creating the traditional aspects of bringing that in and tailoring it to a modern generation could really create that competitive advantage for its department stores. And addressing the need of e-commerce is something that Macy's really needs to get a head start on as well, focusing on really building their website for their online customers as well, focusing on like kind of offering incentives to come in store to get that in-store experience. So for example, having incentives such as get 10% off of a product if you come shop in store, having different like categories on their websites as well, provide like reviews and the experience that the customers really want to come in store to really shop for the products as well, rather than just going for the online market, kind of having the traffic. When it comes to meeting customer expectations, really prioritizing, emphasizing the values that it has, and like kind of prioritizing taking like actionable steps on these values rather than just stating them on the website. So instead of just saying that they are sustainable, kind of taking actionable steps that proves like what kind of steps are they taking that makes them a sustainable company that these consumers can easily recognize, rather than just going for, oh, we incorporate diversity and inclusion values and like our sustainable company, and kind of just like leaving it at that. Making sure the customers are able to recognize and understand the different steps Macy's is taking so that they can really relate to this brand personally and really have a trust and faith in that they're shopping for a store that they really relate to.
So I'm going to talk about the brand image now. So as you can see, this is the logo for Macy's included with the slogan or the tagline, which is the magic of Macy's. Wherever you go, you're going to be able to recognize the color, the star, and the font of this. It's a very well-known image throughout generations. No matter your age, you know what Macy's is and what the brand itself embodies at this moment. Something that we thought was really important as far as brand repositioning goes is that we need to leverage that recognition of the name, of the color, of the font, of everything that it embodies, and keep it the same. We need to build on that awareness, and we need to use the brand recognition to our advantage in the changes that we are recommending that they make with their marketing campaign, which we'll talk about a little bit later. So they need to focus, as Jesse talked about, on the values of the company and what they stand for, what they say they stand for, diversity and inclusion, that kind of thing online, and what they can really prove to their customers that they stand for. And finally, they need to market those changes accordingly for the new Macy's and that new brand image that they're going to be creating. It's important to reposition the brand because it helps maintain the reliability and consistency of the brand. As I said, people have known what Macy's is and what it embodies for generations. So to keep it stable while implementing new changes is super important and critical during this time, because we would like to appeal to a new generation. You know, when you think of Macy's, you think of your grandma going there and buying you Christmas gifts, but eventually grandma's not going to be here anymore and you're going to turn into that person that's going to start shopping there. So they need to appeal to a younger age demographic at some point, or else their customers are just going to be aging out. And with that, Caitlin's going to talk about the marketing campaign.
Okay, so our new target market, we're really trying to hit those women who are between 35 and 55 years old. This is mainly because we want to make sure we're getting more of that younger generation into the consumers. This woman's going to love sharing experiences with friends and followers. This is a great way for Macy's to market their new experiences. It's completely free to them, and it also drags in people who know other people who are shopping there. This woman's going to enjoy high fashion and luxury, but she's not going to want to spend all the money. Macy's has a variety of products, both from lower end all the way up to more luxurious products. A lot of their products are giving that luxury feel for a lower price. They're typically going to want to see the item in person, but they're also going to want to shop online at times. So just making sure Macy's has both that in-person feel and great online presence is going to be very beneficial for this customer. They're also going to care about what the company they're buying from stands for. So then for our promotion mix, we're going to be conveying the tradition, but it's going to be through the modern day marketing. This is through social media and search engine optimization, as well as YouTube and Hulu commercials. There also is going to be the Macy's app, which is going to encourage the browsing and then also encourage them to come into the store. There's going to be incentives on the app that might encourage them to come in, such as when they've spent so much money, they might be able to come in and get a free tailoring, a free drink, something like that. Okay, and then I'm going to take over the summary. To summarize, our product changes that we're going to be making are maintaining Macy's product line. We don't want to change our offerings, but we are going to add to the experience element, adding those services that we talked about. We want to see more in-store sales. We know that e-commerce is growing, but we're going to try to improve our website to capture those sales and drive people towards our storefronts. Our price changes are going to be maintaining Macy's reasonable prices while providing luxury experiences. And then our promotional changes are going to be showcasing our new values and initiatives and make sure we're showing them and not just talking about them, while also showcasing our experience elements, especially the ones we already offer. If you have any questions, be sure to email us and let us know. Thank you.